Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to round two. Round two? I guess it's round two. Like, let's get pugilistic. Let's do it. It's loose leaf literature. It's us versus the audience. You've had I'm not going to even try to be a fight announcer. How do those people do it? It's like those in the red corner. It's like, oh man, I would love to have that. Having a mic come down from the ceiling, I think that's what you need to take that, to really own being one of those fight dudes. It's like, the world champion! It's like, it must go to a specific voice coach. And, what's that? Michael Buffer. Are you dropping some serious, actual... Wow. This is why I'm just taking baby steps as an MC. I don't know, the pantheon of MCs above me. You know you haven't really got into a field when you don't know, your heroes, and someone clearly does. Pete, have you thought about doing this? You do this. That's why you're heckling me so effectively. All right. So without further ado, we're going to start round two. And round two is the same performers in slightly different order, as I already established. So please make her welcome again, Tame.
Thought you got rid of me. Oh my god, can you at least pretend to laugh? Thanks. That's better. Cute. More sad shit coming your way. I'm shorter than you, DA. By a lot. I forgot that I was short because all of my friends at uni, I'm in the jazz department, we're all kind of short, except this one double bass player who's up here, and we're all just no, you're just a freak, we're all normal height. And then I started hanging around with other people. I remember that I'm really short. Here's a poem that's unrelated. Shit. That's not the poem. But I'll find the poem that's unrelated. They're all unrelated. Hey, wanna know a joke? Oh shit! Do you want to know a joke? Okay. Or I don't have one. I was just hoping someone else would. No. Who's there? Knock knock. Well, that's shit because you've left me with the hard end of the friggin' joke, haven't you? Fuck that. All right. Well, I got a poem. There are 3 things about me that contribute to the fact that I speak a million miles a minute, and people occasionally have to remind me to slow the fuck down. 1, I'm Hispanic. My entire language is built around speaking far too quickly. Es importante hablar español. And it's with an urgency as well. The other thing is I have ADD, so I'm just woo, we're on a mission. I also really like caffeine. So this poem's about that and love. Oh, it's disgusting. All right, cute. It's called ADD, or Alice's Distinguished Development. It's fucking clever. I'm good. I've always had trouble staying on one thought for too long. Seems my brain's on a bit of a rampage, finds its way from losing my pen to never finishing uni in a heartbeat. Except for when that heartbeat is close enough to hear yours. And what was I saying? Right, so I jump through lines of poetry like Sydney Public Transport. They don't ever connect right, and I'm always left waiting for what line I was up to or about to get on. Your eyes are like candles flickering in some sort of candle holder. Have I ever told you remind me of the sun? My dad has a son. Evidently, he is my brother. You can tell because we look alike, because we're far too alike for our own good, except I'm taller. I wasn't always tall. In fact, I'm still not tall. There are things about me that I would change. My height's probably not one of them. Your height is the perfect height for me to put my head in the nape of your neck, which is off topic, but I'd much rather be off this topic and on you. Sorry. Okay, so I try and stay off you, but every thought is fleeting, and every thought leads me straight back down your driveway. I want to know what the back of your irises look like and how you make your tea. I want to write you poetry about dinner plates and matching monogrammed towels in our future bathroom. And I want to tell you about a bird I saw that reminded me of the fact that you've got wings maybe, I'm sorry. I want to know where your hands have been. I want to count the lines on your fingertips so I can trace the prints into a tattoo across my chest, because I don't think anyone will ever leave the same touch there that you did. I want to understand how I can go from thought to thought to thought, over processing every second, and somehow always come back to you. Now, I know you're probably thinking this is far too early for me to have written any kind of love poem about you. I swear, it didn't start as a love poem. It started as a poem about my short attention span, but I couldn't stay on topic. The other day, you told me your anxiety makes it so you're far too often stuck on one thought for too long, which sometimes makes it difficult to carry a conversation with you. You told me you were sorry. Isn't it funny that it's similarly difficult to carry conversations with me as a result of thoughts being too fleeting to comprehend? It's kind of beautiful the way your ability to get stuck on things balances the way that I can't stay on them. The first thought I stayed on was you. When you told me you know these streets like the back of your hand, I want to know the back of your hand well enough to know these streets. Wanted to know why you eat cereal at midnight, why you can talk to me at 1,000,000 miles per second, flying through topics and not getting annoyed when I ask you. You tell me the best way to do something well is not to do it without fear, but acknowledging the fear and doing it anyway. In your eyes, this makes my no-filter style of conversation a conversation done well. You tell me you hope I'm not annoyed by you. You bat your eyelashes at me, and I'm thinking of the drive past Rose Hill Racecourse on a Sunday, all the couples in race day florals and uncomfortable shoes, and I want to drive past Rose Hill Racecourse with you on a Sunday. Let's go to SeaWorld. Let's go to Luna Park. Let's go to dinner at a crowded restaurant and only order garlic bread. Let's order garlic bread. Let's confuse everyone with the way that we only talk to each other, speaking a language that is so uniquely our own, our attention spans bouncing off of each other. You still apologize for concentrating too long, and I still apologize because I can't concentrate long enough. And we still balance out. How can anyone tell me that this means I can't concentrate on anything for more than 6 seconds when I just spoke for 3 minutes about you? And what a beautiful thing to concentrate on. Yuck. It's cute, hey? Alrighty then. One more. Is that alright? Good. Too bad. Guess who's got the microphone? It's me. Alright, we're pulling up some very, very, very old shit. This is 2 parts of a poem. Oh well. Okay. Here is a list of things I know to be absolutely true. Today's Tuesday. I'm wearing contact lenses. My car is silver. I've never seen a tree fall. I'm 5'4.5". My body is heavy. My eyes are green, I think. I love someone in this room more than I love pasta. Or maybe I don't. My ankles are strong. They hold up all of me. I chew my fingernails. I love wearing eyeliner. Skinny jeans make me feel like a bit of a superhero, and there is never enough fabric to wrap me in the perfect shade of femininity. Sometimes I want to be smaller, but I'm convinced that that means that I'm going to be less than, or maybe I'm convinced that it's going to be more than, and maybe I'm convinced people are going to see it. But I won't be. But I can't be. But this is a list of things I know to be absolutely true, so maybe I have to be. This body is a narrative that only I can write down. This skin is not marmalade, is not peanut butter or jam. This skin is skin. It will be skin no matter what I try to call it. It's still skin. I have small hands and lines that walk across my fingers, and I really like the mountains, but I hate hiking. And my bedroom is pink, or it used to be pink. I love to see wildflowers bloom. My brother likes to pick them. He likes to hide them, and he likes to lock the dog out when it's cold, but I like to let him in. This body is a house I hope to someday love living in. It is the only one that will always be enough to hold all of me, or maybe it won't. I am blessed to have the friendships that I do, but I don't think I express it enough, or maybe I express it too much. Maybe I like wearing dresses. I also like wearing hoodies. My teeth are crooked. The sun came out today. I have freckles and really curly hair. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't be proud of my body. I have a home that I built myself, that sometimes time for change is now. But the thing about renovations is that they aren't ever really finished. this body, this cozy cottage in a full city of high-rise buildings is just under construction, is busy writing itself a sequel to this story with my hands that are small. But the one thing about truth is that it is so variable. Like your truth and my truth are completely different, but we all share these ones. We all have bodies. We all live in those bodies. Today is Monday. And the easiest way to keep on standing is to try and hold each other up. Thanks. All right, cute. Finish it off with this tiny little one and then we'll be done. Thanks for having me and for listening.
You're amazing.
Oh my God, stop. No, you. Follow me on Instagram. I don't know what generation I'm looking at, sorry. That sounds so friggin' nasty. I don't even know. I'm 22 and you don't have to judge what I'm saying. It's fine. Yeah, well, you've got all the things. You're different. I'm on YouTube. I wrote a book. I'm doing a TED Talk next year. My life's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, I'm 22. I'm tired and poor. So listen to my last poem. Just relatable things. This is called Chameleon. It's really, really, really small. I find myself changing more often to suit my surroundings than I do staying the same. Twisting on every axis, my bones crack like I'm spinning them fast enough to create heat and sparks. They cascade from my vertebrae like promises no one broke but forgot to keep. My eyes can hear sirens before trucks even leave the fire station. I guess chameleons sometimes burn from the inside. That's all. Short. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Okay, bye now.
Alice is a palace on Instagram, but also it's just true. She's a palace. Now, keeping things moving, I'd like to invite Hayden Wright back to the stage and his stool.
Oh, I'm going freestyle on this one. Yes, the drummer from before agreed to help me out. Would you mind popping up? Please, a round of applause for Yes. Woo! Move that stool out of the way. Going to move the mic stand as well. So Yes is going to help me out. I'm down for that if you want. So I do stand up as well. I do some warm-up stuff. And because I do warm-up stuff, I have some comedy gold. I only have 3 jokes, though, so we're going to space them out a little bit. And you're going to know when we hit the jokes because I'm going to set them up. They're going to be like, oh, have you ever heard of the blah, blah, blah? And then I'm going to go like that. And you guys are going to go like, what is it? Or whatever. And then I'm going to hit the punchline. And then Yes is going to do this. He's going to give me a, yeah. Do you want to practice? Yes is going to do this. Nice. Yeah, some classic comedy for you. What are we, Monday night? Oh, no. Yeah, so I'm from regional Queensland originally. It came up with a little bit of my poem before. Boo! Rough crowd. I actually moved here to Hurlston Park, so like not so far away from Marrickville. Yeah. Yeah! Boo! I have essentially... I didn't catch quite that last part. What a burn. Oh, by the way, some real poetry slams before. A really solid job. Knock Knock, classic. That might make the warm-up material. But I moved from Queensland to Hurlston Park, and then from Hurlston Park to where I'm living now, sort of like Redfern, Alexandria, and I miss it a lot. It made me think about sort of like coming from Queensland to Sydney and trying to make friends. And I tried to make friends by doing things like I joined a D&D group. I thought D&D would help me. Yeah. And I played D&D with a bunch of guys at like Central Games or Game Central or whatever. And a bunch of, yeah, I've quickly learned that. A bunch of guys in ties were like playing the game. So it was like just a bunch of accountants like, 20, like that kind of thing. And there was one other kid in the group that was my age. I was like 19, 20. And I was like, I'm going to talk to that kid after and maybe make a friend like it's primary school again. So we walked down the stairs. We got up the front. He's got his backpack on. And I'm like, hey, dude, I hope you don't mind, but like I'm new in town. It was really fun up there. Like, I don't know if you have like a private D&D game or something weird, but if you want to hang out, like, I'd love to do that. And he turned to me like this, and then pulled his backpack up on his straps like that, and then went, "My mum's picking me up." And I've never been broken up with by a guy before, but I think that happened. I think it was that. So that's how I got here. Yes, we're going to do the first joke. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here it comes. Yeah, you guys are pretty warm. I don't even think I'm going to do the jokes, but we're going to do them because they're my best jokes. Some poetry slams up the back. Here it comes. So, what kind of tree loves high fives?
What kind of tree?
A palm tree. Nice, yeah. That's, oh no. Some spicy comedy going up the front here. Oh, yes, you're a professional, and I love it. I'm gonna delve into some crowd work. Has anyone ever felt sad? What have you felt sad about? Oh boy, yeah. As someone who's from Queensland, that hits close to home. There's a real sense in Queensland at the moment, like they did a good job. I've just come back from the Gold Coast. I was on the Gold Coast for the weekend. The Gold Coast is actually very lovely, I'll have you say. The Adani coal mine is nowhere near the Gold Coast. I went into a place called Marie's Pizza, or Mary's Pizza, and we went in, and there was a guy there talking about the election, and he was like, oh, it was just a result we didn't expect. Like, it's all over this country. It's so divided, like that kind of stuff. And then the guy who was in the making the pizzas popped over and goes, sorry, mate, there'll be a 5-minute wait. And then he goes, fuck! And I think that's a real signifier of the current state of decline that we're in. It's just a supreme pizza. It's just a supreme pizza. He goes, I'm going to do second joke. This is going just fine. You ready for this? What kind of tree helps tell the future? A palm tree again? There it is. Classic comedy. Classic comedy. Oh, boy. I am an improviser in my normal life. So having the written stuff is brand new. I don't know if you can tell it's a little clunky. But it's good fun. I'm enjoying doing these kind of gigs, coming out to Marrickville. You're right, it's bitter cold. It's so cold. I'm a Queensland boy, and this shirt stops here, and it's just white all the way up, kind of like Queensland is. Yeah, that's some of that. Yeah, it was. Oh boy. I'll tell you it came up during half time. I'll tell you the reason I left Queensland. The 5-year. You already know the back end of the story. I was in a relationship with a girl in high school for 5 years, on and off. It was real bad. It was like, oh, I don't like being lonely, but I also don't like being with you, like that kind of relationship. Yikes. It was good when it was good for like 3 months. She lived outside of town. So I lived in a place called Glenella, which is a lovely place. A floodplain, as we found out, some flood facts. But when I had to go out and see her, I had to drive 20 minutes along the highway, turn onto a dirt road, cross a train track, and 20 minutes off into the bush to just come across her house in bushland. And when I broke up with her for the last time, I was like, that's it. I'm going to break up with her and it'll be done and I'm good. I drove out 20 minutes over the train tracks, down in more 20 minutes. Get out of the car. It's a Daihatsu Charade, little silver. I was a big boy. It was a small car. I trump up the stairs. I go, open the back door, into the kitchen. Her mum's in the kitchen. I'm like, hello, Miss Larson, down the hallway. I cross into, just in front of her bedroom, and I'm standing in the door frame. And I'm like, Kirsten, I think we have to talk, in my young voice. And it's 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And she rolls out of bed in pajamas. And she was like, what is it? Very melodramatic. And I say, I think I don't like this anymore. She's like this? And I was like, yeah, like us this. And she goes, will you come in? And I said, no, thank you. and I spun on my heel. I went back out, dun, 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 along the hallway, dun, 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 past the kitchen, back door. Goodbye, Mrs. Larson. As I walked down the stairs into the Daihatsu charade and just like gunned it. 20 minutes down a gravelly road, and boy, does it feel good to have broken up with someone. The sense of freedom you get behind the wheel of a Daihatsu charade, just like all the way back to the highway. That wasn't the reason I left the state, though. The reason I left the state was about probably 18 months later. I was walking along Main Street, which in Mackay is 2 blocks. It starts at an Irish pub where they turn the karaoke machine on at 8 o'clock, and all the millennials are like, "Oh, the Proclaimers," and then go along 2 blocks to the end where there's a topless bar and then a cab rank, and that's it. That's your that's your block. You go all the way along, hit the middle about 11, 12 o'clock. You're out of there by 2 a.m. I was walking along there. It was the daytime. And outside one of the pubs, my ex's best friend just throws an empty Bundy rum and cola can at me. And I'm just like headphones in, walking along the street, and it stops me dead in my tracks. And it bounces on the ground in front. And I look up and I look into the window and there's my ex's best friend. She gives me the finger and I have this thought, which is, I need to leave the state. And now I live in Sydney. So that's the end of that joke. And we're going to do one last joke, guys. This will be the last one, and then I'll hand it back to you, MC. Here it is, the final joke. So you just go wild. It is classic comedy, classic comedy. What kind of tree comes with ham and cheese? A chicken palm tree. Hey, there we go. Please put your hands together one more time for yes. Thanks so much, guys. Have a lovely night.
Hayden Wright, everybody. I knew that it was going to involve palm tree, but like the chicken palm, whoa, threw me for a loop. All right, let's keep this show on the road. Welcome back to the stage, Mr. Nathan Starchild. Keep it going. Woo!
I think you'll find the mic stand was over here before. I'm just gonna. I have CDO, which is OCD with the letters arranged in alphabetical order. Sorry, that joke didn't involve a palm tree. Okay, yeah, so poems from my phone. This first one's going to be from my phone, whatever this thing's called. And then I'll put it away. And keep saying poems, but without the phone. Where's that poem I'm looking for? Oh, no. It's in the phone, of course. It's been a bit of like love and relationship poem and story stuff going on. This is the closest I ever came to writing a love poem. It's only the last few lines of the poem that are relevant to that, but whatever. I'm going to say the poem now after standing back from the mic for a few seconds. I shout most words out into the ether, never to be heard or repeated. Some mornings I can feel poetry pumping through my veins, and when I die, I want to come back as that poetry. Flowing under the skin of every bleeding heart, dropping sentences upon their fingertips, tapping syllables on their tongues, shouting words out into the ether. I want to come back as poetry. And when Mr. Trump dies peacefully in his bed, ripe in his years, he's going to come back as a trust fund baby, favored by society, tormented by karma, riddled with ego, alone. Those who fail to learn the lesson are fated to repeat the class. And when I die, I want to come back as the wind. I want to sing sweet melodies across mountainsides, sprinkle sea shanties with my salty breath, whisper sweet nothings into the ears of every gentle-hearted soul. I want to come back as the wind. And when you die, you will come back as the light. Birds will chirp at your arrival. You'll shine your healing warmth upon the broken and the beaten. Blind the eyes of those who gaze too long. Weave magic between the forefingers of curious children. You will come back as the light. I want her voice to be the first thing I hear when I wake up. On the phone, laughing loudly in the other room, I'll keep my eyes closed so that when she comes back in and plants her lips upon my cheekbone, the first thing I'll see is her eyes mirroring this infinity back to me, and in that moment, I'll know forever, so that when I die, I won't have to come back at all. A lot of Alice's first half poems were like after someone. Actually, all of my poems are after Anis Mojgani. He's like my poetry hero. If you've never heard his poems, oh man, you're in for a treat when you get back to YouTube tonight. And actually, I'm gonna just do a cover. I'm gonna perform one of his poems. I don't know if that's legal here, but I'm doing it anyway, because I'm on the mic. This one's really heavy, so I'm not even apologizing for that. Damn, everyone, take this heavy poem. It's called The Branches Are Full and These Orchards Are Heavy. Gentle men, have you forgotten your God? He weeps out loud, waiting for your dreams to grow wings while you are making ghosts out of people. You are making ghosts out of your Torahs, your Bibles, your Quran. We shave our books and swallow them down that the words of God might flow inside of us. But the pages just sit in our belly, speaking to us through dull murmurs. We try to listen to what they're saying, but we can't. So we raise and try to translate those words with works, with hearts, with prayers, searching beds, legs, and blankets, curse to the moon, fucks and fuck you. Trying to find God and listen more proper like. But our ears are too small for our hearts to understand the words inside. We are trying to decipher the bang-buck braille of your silent throat, Lord. But these voices grow and get fuzzier and fuzzier still. So we stand and go to the kitchens and pick up knives to cut these voices out from inside of ourselves. I must hear you. We stab, cutting the flaps of skin, the words twisting out, piling up onto the floor of our homes. They mix with the sound in the blood, they drown, but they do not stop. We hear the same songs coming from the stomachs of others. So we grab more knives to cut them out. I must hear you. We grab more knives, but there are more and more stomachs. We need bigger knives. We need tanks and missiles and bombs, but it's not enough. We need dead mothers, children raped from searching, hospitals full and overflowing with children cutting God out from their insides, with the knife blade, with the pipe, with the drug, bent, twisted, and prodded into the arm, through to the stomach to throw him up. In the bang of the scream, we find our Savior. The shell in the chamber is a quiet plea to a distant God, asking for us to be remembered by him. In the tired tread, in the tank shell, in the crunch of the skulls of the children buried beneath us, we bury them there, hoping that a scrap of you lingers inside of them, searching for you inside of them. We twist throats, pistols, and palms in the same two clasped hands of prayer, staring into mirrors, seeing only crypts, holding our hearts like they were mausoleums. Black as my eye, beaten by your hymn, I am holding still. So please, you gentle men of God, tender sinners, raise your rifle to my gut and fire true. Do not be afraid of the sound. Listen to the words as they come out. It is too big for you to wrap your lips around even one word of, so do not try. Do not be afraid of what it looks like. Cut him from me. I wish to drape his faces with kisses and finally sleep softly. Okay, this one's from my Poems of Light series. We can pick it up a little bit now. And I wrote this while I was traveling around in South America, and I kept meeting like the right person at the right time to like teach me some kind of lesson or just like help me along my way. And I just kind of like started imagining like, what if they were all working together in some kind of like secret team. And this poem is called Soldiers of the Light. Aside from this poem, you'll never hear of us. As we work silently, individually, without ever acknowledging the work we do beneath the surface. For those of you who live your lives upon the appearance of things, we do not exist. Until one day you find a doorway we left there for you, a window into the world below, but you will never know it was left there for you. And you will never know it was us. Pardon. Aside from this poem, you will never hear our name. We have no name. We have a million names, countless faces. Our faceless basis allows us to move in nameless spaces. If you ever hear our name, it will be a name sourced, conjured on the spot, sourced for that very occasion to help you take the step you need. You see, we build stepping stones for the soul, a spiritual leg-up service available only to those who know where they are and know where they want to be. We can help you make it happen, for we are cosmic enablers, interdimensional travel agents, astral weavers, underground peddlers of heavenly sights, intergalactic visitors with stars in our eyes. We are poets, and we are wanderers, and we are desert dreamers, and we paint the visions you can't remember until you see them. We are here to tip the balance. We're here to watch you as you slowly learn, because we all have billions of years of learning behind us, but sometimes we must help each other remember. Because, you see, this human being, it's a palace of amnesia. This human forgetting is what's getting us deeper and deeper into a dark, dark realm. So we carry torches and ladders and stars, explosions of light, ready for those who wish to shine from inside. In spite of this poem, you will never know our true form. You see our human form. You see your human form, but have you forgotten what lies beneath? I was starting to remember. Struggling with the darkness I saw descending all around, she took my hands in hers, palms pressed in prayer to our foreheads, tears making river streams, creeks down my face. She said, "The dark times are over, for we are the soldiers of the light." Thank you.
Ladies and gentle friends, I'm going to invite Bella and her band to get all set up and stuff, and I'm going to chat to you guys to like be some kind of cover, because it looks like we're missing. No, Yuzus over there. That's cool. He's coming. So you guys, really quickly, do you want to hear a lullaby that I wrote for my 2-month-old? Oh, all right. It goes like this. Good night, baby. Good night, baby. Good night, baby. Good night, baby. Tonight we're in the shadow of the earth. Tomorrow morning the sun is gonna turn us all to gold as it rolls around. But now, like night, we fall asleep and dive in deeper stream, floating on an ocean bed of memories. So close your eyes now, darling. The stars will watch you shining until the chorus of dawn. Then we will dance through the day. When the lights and music fade, you'll hear this reverie, singing good night, baby, good night, baby. All right, but stay awake. Stay awake. Is your band ready to go? Yes, Ronnie, wake up. Get on up here, get on up here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you guys a little bit of time so you don't have to be like, and now it's Bella Fiorentino, and then like you're like, clap, 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 and then she's like, yeah, excuse me, I need to make sure that we're plugged in and stuff. So yeah, just plug all the stuff in and make sure it's all good to go. And then when you're ready, then I'll say your hand again. All right.
And then we'll do it.
You got reverb on your mic as well?
Do I? Cool. How's that level? Do I? How do you top such a lullaby? Damn. Sultry. Okay. Miss you, I think I'm in love with you, but out on my views, well, yesterday I was a child, oh, how can I say that I grown up anymore? But out on my views, said prove me wrong, I'm going out of my mind, and I can't help anymore. Oh, 'cause I love you most of all, 'cause I love well. Said I no longer sleep towards you, I see you when I sleep. It's so much further and far between what I see you, oh, see you, oh, see you, shoot the dark, and I love to miss you till open heart. I love to wait you. I love to wait you. Said I no longer sleep to dream what I have you here, but it's so much further and far between what I have you here. So I'll see you while I dream. Lord, see you while I dream. Thank you. Everyone's been so amazing tonight. Like, my mind has been blown. Really, really awesome. This next song is going to be a cover. It's by the singer of Jet, he had a 10-year hiatus, came out. That show that I saw of his, the first show that he'd done with that band after this whole hiatus. And it was the best show I've ever seen. And so this is one of the songs from that set. It's called God Knows. Down a bad luck that I want to the core, way down in trouble. This world can be cold. So time to start asking for more. Is it time to walk away now, or do I break down and crawl? God knows I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. Woo! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna blame it. Blame it on the Lord. Cause he never answers, oh no, never answered my call. Should I stay with the devil? He knows no harm or true. He don't leave me hungry, he don't pick and choose. God knows I'm coming, yeah, I'm coming, yeah. Said, don't blame me, Jesus, don't leave me all alone. Said, I know you got your reasons, but I have none. Said, I'm grown tired of waiting, tired of this restless mind. Well, I am not a rich man, but I am one of a kind. He knows I'm coming, yeah, I'm coming. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. And yeah, cheers. This is Nick Balouf and you smell. Yeah, by the way. Cheers.
Wow, that's quite something. Oh, now I got reverb. Amazing. Now I'm emceeing from the top of a mountain. No, but seriously. I think, Dan, it's time to draw the raffle. Now I just sound like I'm kind of underwater. I mean, this is more majestic. Let's draw the raffle. Yes. So if you've not been to Loose Leaf before, tickets go in a little thingy, and you can win this amazing art by Griffin. Griffin, do you want to show the people, or are you still etching? That would defeat the purpose. Someone has to leave with your masterpiece. Of course there's no purpose. There is no leave. Of course there's no purpose. But Griffin, you're an amazing You're an amazing man. By the way, before we go, I want to plug everybody's Instagrams and such. Bella Fiorentino is on Bandcamp. bellafiorentino.bandcamp.com. If you don't know how to spell Fiorentino, just ask a Mediterranean person. I'm sure they can help you out. Fiorentino. Boom! It's Italian heritage right there. Alice Tame. Alice is a palace on Instagram. Alice Tame on YouTube. Mr. Nathan Starchild. Starchild Art on Instagram. Mr. Griffin, who's our wonderful artist, has a kind of difficult name to find, let's be honest. It's Griff, but there's like at least 8 I's. So like you type in Griii, and if he doesn't come up, then like you just got to tell him that's a bad name, bro. Just get a new handle. But yeah, that's how you can find Griffin. He's on Instagram. Hayden? Haydo at home. What a nice. Just seems to be like a very accurate reflection of you as a bloke. I love it. Now, and of course, follow Loose Leaf Literature. We're Loose Leaf Literature in all the places, on the Bark Faces and so on. Now, Dan, without any further ado, no, with some kind of fanfare. Oh, it's Ben. Who is Ben? Hey, congratulations, Ben. Griffin, do you want to come and show your masterpiece? Here, you get, oh man, that's amazing.